Goodbye YouTube, happy Friday to all my hackers. Now before I get into talking about the team preview, as you can see, there's a mess back there. Plain and simple, not my room, not my problem. If you don't like the mess, you don't have to watch the video. That's why the battle is right here, and team preview right there. But for those of you who said you liked picture, which was a good majority of you, I will try to bring one of these at least every week or so. For those of you who said no, you don't have to watch this video. I just hope you won't like unsubscribe or anything, but if you do, then that's your choice and it really doesn't bother me. Now, as you can see from the team preview, we're both using Sun, and the real big threats on his team are going to be the Garchomp, Arceus, and Kyurem. Kyurem, base 170 special attack. That's all I have to say. Garchomp, because if he's Scarfed, he basically outspeeds my whole team, and Arceus, if he is the Extreme Killer variant, which is normal Arceus with Sword Sense and Extreme Speed, I could be very screwed, but hopefully I will be able to work around those threats and pull out the victory. But yeah, anyways, because he's got no poison type and he doesn't have a rapid spinner, I know I can easily lead off with my Fortress and start getting up my Toxic Spikes, as he's going to be leading off with the Giratina, and he turns out to have the Magica, which actually is viable, but now I don't have to worry about him being a Rest Talk variant, which really could have been annoying. Not a threat, but it would have been annoying. So this turn, thinking he would just go for another Magicoat, I'm actually going to go for the Volt Switch, but he makes the smart play and brings in the Groudon, I guess predicting that. So here I have a choice to either Rapid Spin the Toxic Spikes away or get up my own Toxic Spikes. And if you're wondering why I'm trying to get up Toxic Spikes, is because I want to get that extra residual damage on the rest of his team, as opposed to just getting up one layer of Spikes. I know Toxic Spikes will benefit me better in the long run of the battle, sorry. So he turns out to have the Fire Blast, and he's going to easily be able to 2 KO my Fortress. So it is a bit bad that he's got Toxic Spikes up on my field as well, but it actually benefits me a bit because now I don't have to worry about my physical attackers being burned by the Giratina if he is carrying Will-O-Wisp. So I'm just going to say, and I'm going to get up my Rock, seeing as Groudon really can't do anything to me. I mean, he could have gone for the Fire Blast, but really I would have been able to live that and still got up my Rocks anyways. But he ends up pulling a double switch out into his Giratina. And for some reason I was like, hey, Giratina's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, right? Because I'm a Groudon, obviously. Giratina like to burn Groudon. But then I forgot about the fact that I was toxic, so I bring in my Heatran, and he turns out to have the Shadow Force, which actually I'm not going to knock, is viable. So I guess he's kind of a set that deals with Fortress and Ferrothorn. But why would you not be carrying... Actually, maybe he is carrying Hidden Power Fire and Shadow Force just for the extra power as opposed to Shadow Claw, which I'm not going to knock because I have some weird sets, and that is a bit of a weird set, but hey, to each their own. So I unfortunately end up roaring him out into the Garchomp, which means the Earthquake is very, very obvious, but I made the switch out into my Groudon just on the off chance that maybe he did predict me to bring in my Ho, but then again, it's still early on in the battle, so there's no real reason to go for that prediction, so I should have just switched out into Ho, but oh well, it's not really that big of a deal in the long run of the battle, because now I can freely go for an Earthquake, as it's going to be an easy 2 KO on the Giratina, and because I am faster than him, and even if he was carrying Rest, I do outspeed him, so I could have finished him off with the Earthquake either way. But yeah, Giratina, one potential nuisance out of the way, which is a good thing, as he brings in his own Groudon. Now, I don't want to stay in and take an Earthquake because I know I might have some potential use for my Groudon for Death Fodder, just for the Garchomp in general, so I'm going to switch out into my Ho, as he turns out to have the Hammer Arm, which actually the usage of Blissey has gone up, at least from what I've seen, so it is a good thing to run Groudon with Hammer Arm just for Blissey, which I'm not going to knock. So he actually ends up getting a crit, but really doesn't matter because I've seen that he's got Fire Blast and Hammer Arm. I know he's not going to be carrying Stone Edge, so I see this as an opportune moment to go for the substitute, but I'm wondering why he's not staying in and going for the Stealth Rocks. Maybe he doesn't carry it, but then again, that would be very, very weird. Actually, I guess that's why he does carry Magico Giratina, just a Magic Bounce Back entry hazards. But yeah, just sub up as he locks himself into the Outrage. Now here, I made a very stupid play. I should have gone for the Recover because the Outrage was very obvious, and even if he had gone for the Stone Edge, I can still easily switch in my Heatran on this Garchomp. So yeah, I should have gone for Recover and not the Sacred Fire, but then again, the Garchomp would have been at a good amount of HP where he would have been able to leave another Stealth Rock switching. So I guess in the long run, staying in and going for Sacred Fire was the better play, but I still would have just liked to go for Recover and bring in Heatran, but oh well, nothing I can do about it now because hindsight is hindsight. So I'm just going to stay in, and I'm going to go for the, sorry. He ends up dying off to the Toxic as he brings in the Ho-Oh, and I completely forgot about the fact that Ho-Oh can even learn Earthquake. And I left in my Heatran. Why didn't I switch out? Ah, I'm still facepalming about that stupid play. Ah, whatever, that was extremely retarded on my part, and I should have seen that coming because why else would you bring in a Ho-Oh on a Heatran if you're not going to be running Earthquake? So yeah, that was really stupid of me, but because I didn't see Life Orb, I didn't see Leftovers, that means he's more than likely a Choice Set, maybe Choice Scarf, but then again, running 2 Scarfers on a team is weird, but it actually does work out. So I'm thinking at this point he's banded, so I'm just going to bring in my Ho as he brings in the Groudon. I keep wanting to call Groudon Garchomp, so if I do that later on in this battle, I apologize. So I managed to get rid of the Groudon as I hit him with the Sacred Fire, and what I should have done was probably gone for Recover, then subbed up again. No, actually, yeah, should have gone for Recover, then gone for the Sacred Fire, but oh well, not really that big of an issue for the outcome of this battle. As he's going to bring in the Ho, and I'm just going to fodder off my Groudon at this point. And here I'm thinking, obviously, he's going to O-Call me, but I end up living. So maybe he is Scarfed as opposed to Banded, which would really throw some people off because I said I was thinking he was Banded. But now that I know he's more than likely Scarfed and he's locked into the Brave Bird, I know my Ho can take one and hopefully still have enough HP to get up a substitute. So that's what I'm going to try to do because after the recoil, his Ho will be knocked out. So here, do I live? Yes, I do live. It actually turns out I live with enough HP to make a sub, and after that I'm going to have 13 HP left, which was, I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, anyways, behind the substitute, as he's going to bring in the Kyurem. Now, obviously, because I'm behind the sub, I really have nothing to fear from this Kyurem, so I can go for Recover, I can go for Brave Bird, I can go for Sacred Fire. I can basically do anything the fuck I want. So he's going to go for Ice Beam, then he turns out to have the Life Orb, which is fucking great, because now, this thing is no longer a threat whatsoever. So I go for Recover, just wanted to scout out to see what he wanted to do. I don't know if that sentence was properly said. But yeah, go for Recover, get up to around 70% HP, and after my Regenerator, I will be back up at full, but at this point, I know my Ho really has no more use for me, as I'm going to bring in my Sour Bitch, aka Sour Boss, aka Giratina, which is my first time that I'm using in this battle. Now, before Sour gets pissed off at me, this Death Foddering was very crucial, because, okay, keep this in mind, I'm Max Special Defense Giratina, and Kyurem just clean O-code me. Damn. Anyways, as I said, this Death Foddering was very crucial, because now, I see this as a perfect opportune moment to lead myself to victory. At least that's what I'm thinking. So, because he is Life Orb, I will obviously be faster than him because Mewtwo has, I believe, 394 max speed. Kyurem's max speed is 317, and at this point his last is the Arceus, which turns out to be Arceus Grass, which means even if he was Extreme Killer, I'm pretty sure at the amount of HP that I was at, I would still be able to love a hit that just finish him off with the Aura Sphere. But yeah, that's going to be the very narrow 2-0 victory in my favorite good game, PinkChandelure. Channel link will be down in the description. I don't know if he uploads or not, guys, so make sure to go check him out. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Click the like button. Want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button up there. Also leave a comment, guys, about something, anything, I don't know, just don't make it stupid. But yeah,